Nat gas is up. Um,
Okay, so I'm gonna start
so
doing here.
you you t-
Let's
you
take a.
take
What's
you
up?
do your thing. You
Yeah,
do
yeah.
your thing. I'm gonna duck
Okay, yeah.
for a moment.
All right. So we're going live here. So what we were talking about last night in the extended hours, I mentioned that I wanted to see this reclaim higher before the wash, that we are bearish on our Epstein's little island trade. For our narrative right now, regardless of the data coming out, is bearish. That does not mean that we will be just taking any short that we see. We want to have value area shorts. So realistically speaking, at this point, there's just no place for you to take a short or a long, but it looks like what we're saying is correct. Volume has been picking up here, so that's good to see at this time, but nothing to write home about. Moving on from here, let's take a look at what has been happening in the news. We had the ADP numbers come out this morning. Employment change, darn, that is bad. That is low. Mind you, we were talking about this yesterday. That really there's a lack of institutional and retail faith in these numbers. Overwhelmingly, you'll see in Citadel reports, retail is buying almost every dip that's hitting the 100s. And institutions just are making their own decisions based on their own insights and internal teams. These numbers, for the most part, I think there's a general sentiment just feeling like it's kind of doctrined. Trump will make these be what they need to be, but nonetheless, I guess you could argue, has it really moved the market? The market's not moving right now because of these numbers. Let's just say that our narrative is that these files have actually played a larger role. People are thinking a little bit too, like, we're all about lowbrow thinking here, but at some point you do have to understand that that is how you build bigger narratives in the long term of your directional plays. Okay, so what do we have coming up for the rest of the day? We know we got Google earnings after at 1:30, so that's going to be a big one. Fed talk, and the rest of the morning, more PMI numbers. So careful when positioning, but remember, I'd say right before 6:45 at around 6:30, we should be really looking at what people are doing in terms of positioning for these numbers. Do not hold these. Take the profit when you can. Let's go into bar charts for a second. Take a look really quick. So same thing that I was talking about, they're mentioning here. Let's just quickly take a look at what we have on the pre-market trading, what is moving, what is not, if anything important is. Obviously, Uber is because of the earnings today. Nothing spectacular. Remember, when I'm looking at these, I'm looking at big market cap movers. I don't care about these small cap movers. So nothing there. VIX should still probably be up. What are we at for VIX? 18 point up. We're even pushing higher. Bitcoin still tanking. Now, in terms of the overall market, we can see that nat gas is having some movement. And let's actually pull out our charts here on gold. See how the after hours movement worked. Let's actually increase the data on that to 30 days. Silver still climbing up. It looks like they're just grinding. This is going to be the next few days are going to be interesting on gold and silver as it grinds out a lot of short positions. I don't think that there's okay, natural gas. That's now so I'd say that today's plays are going to be indices for sure off these data numbers and just the overall market dumping on bigger news and natural gas. So I'll be looking probably to position long into natural gas, especially if I see it come back to some VWAP areas. This will be my main play today. I know that NINJUS will probably be focusing on the indices now. Oh, okay, there we go. Let's try and see if we can get NINJUS' screen up too. Moving on from here, any important earnings? We mentioned that. So what will we be looking at in terms of trade ideas? I'd love to see it back through the open, especially this extended hours open here that I have in the white. I'm going to be looking at capitulation trades if we can reclaim this entire area, possibly close to the high of the extended hours, and maybe even push towards a bit of this gap from yesterday. I feel like it wants to test here at the very least before dumping lower. obviously that would be the most value short for me. And I would be full porting short at that point there. Anything else from there? Any obvious lines of support? We're going to pull our 1 hour, just makes it simple and clean. Has much changed since last night? Nope. Our consolidation area is simply grown a little bit, but it still is within play. So we're going to move that a little bit up to the wicks there. And that is it. Any above? Yep.
That's a beautiful inverse cup and saucer. Was it cup and handle?
Yeah, make sure you take every trade that you see as a cup and handle.
Upside down.
Statistical edge.
It's messy, but it works.
Yeah, we've done all the back testing. In case you don't know, we have not done any back testing, and we do not do back testing. Okay, so Ninjas, you are having trouble with your stream again.
Yay!
So,
can you even hear me then?
We can hear you. We can hear you. We can't see. Well, not that there's really anything to see on your screen, but.
Well, you're going to miss out on some.
Yeah.
Balls deep scalping.
Let's see if I can.
I don't know what to do, man. Do I refresh my reload?
Yeah, you are gone.
That was a mistake.
Well, do you think it's a firewall issue?
Well, it just worked, unless it's just like.
Well, incognito can work for a moment, right? It doesn't.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna.
All that did was show that it's like it's possible, and there's a
yeah, but it
issue.
might be just like the webhook thing or WebSocket thing. There's something going on. I've been having issues with it for a few days. I'm gonna have to figure it out, but you know. You just won't be able to see what I'm doing.
Well, I'll try one more time to load it.
While I swear at things.
You're on now.
It might kick me. I won't be surprised. Let's see what happens.
Oh, you're on, but it's causing me to. Can you say something again? Because you just started doing the like
something again.
And now I'm hearing you on two.
Echo.
Do you hear your own echo?
No.
And
I can't hear you not echoing for me. Is it because it's sending all? No, I don't know. Where's the audio? I mean, I'm not smart enough to know what's happening. Because it's sending all. That's 30 fucking minutes, bro.
Well, I think what I can do is I can just pull audio from. I think I can try to pull audio just from. Maybe just from Discord. Let's see. More audio is on. Yeah, it just like once I got your stream on, it started doing that. So hold on, let's see what I can do here.
I mean, maybe it's like it's sending audio twice. I mean, this is how my audio comes through, right? So we're just losing video, but you can still. Oh, no, we're in the fucking we're on audio. It's in the Discord, aren't we? So that's separate.
Hold on.
That's you're getting audio through the stream and Discord because we're on a call. So do we need to end our Discord call?
Just wait a second.
No, I'm troubleshooting live. Just listen. I think it's because
I can't think because I have your voice underwater in my head.
I think you need to listen to me.
Oh, we're almost going live here. This is a mess.
Why is your chart much bigger than mine?
Just give me a minute.
This is how it's going to be.
Wait. Let me solve this first.
I know you'll be like this. So what time's the PMA? 3 o'clock.
Okay, so we're open now.
PMA fine on the S&P and then... So what? Okay. So I'm going to be interested to see if the PMI is good. And then, fuck me, she's opened. And then how it reacts. Fuck. It's going.
Uh-oh. Alright, so try talking now.
Talking. Testing.
There we go. I got it fixed up.
Professional outfit.
Whoa.
Right.
Okay. Let's see what we got here.
Got a fucking dildo. That's what we've got.
Are you running a 30-second?
I'm on the...
Okay. Watch this 250. Yeah. Let's see. Line of support should be around the 250.
S&P lagging. Lagging. S&P didn't get the memo.
Oh, I want to take this like long scalp, but I can't see properly.
On what? Oh, you want to take T50?
I do. I should have.
I don't mind it.
I should have. Ah, yeah. I was
my fucking day. Yeah, I mean, it's wild. I'm getting.
Do you drink tea?
I used to. I haven't got a kettle, so I've got a coffee machine, so I just drink that.
Okay, I'm gonna make yours bigger so that you don't complain.
Does that work for all sorts of things, or just a screenshot? Big brain. Okay, ES has finally caught up. So I mean, this is. I mean, it's miles off. Cup and saucer. Is it cup and handle or cup and saucer? The teacup.
Let's try to...
You just drink regular tea, is it? Or is it special tea?
No, I drink man, it's actually popular where you're at. Is it Yorkshire? I can't remember. Yeah, like very proletariat working class tea. No. I'm not a homosexual. what's the pause? Okay. Wow, this is garbage. There's like no volume here. What's your RVol indicator at? Mm. Yeah. No. It's not. You need a key. You need a key. It is moving though on very little volume. That makes this super scary to me. To me, this just means that like there's just like, not that I'm you know, I really know, but whenever I see these, and we do know that they'll pull from the books. The market makers will pull from the books. So I mean, it should not be moving. What is that? 5, 10, 15, like 40 points on 1,500 volume. That's wild on a 1 minute. Yeah, this is scary. Yeah. All right, so what do we see here? Can we see anything in positioning? Can we even play this consolidation? Okay, so let's see. Oh yeah, here it comes. Now it's I want this bad boy to push to the high of my channel, so 25,480. What's your settlement price? 422. Okay. Man, my Ninja's laggy. I gotta get a video capture card if we're gonna do this. You have a video capture card? Yeah. Yeah, because like I am like every like few seconds my crosshair's like lagging out in Ninja, and I cannot scalp like that. Huh? What? Oh yeah. Well, I don't think I could afford anything. But I just used Gemini and it said get an Elgato or something. It's like $300 or something. But I think what's the idea of it? Like it's kind of like a port between a computer, another computer, so that yours isn't taxed. Okay, testing VWAP here. Yeah, I was tempted. Yeah, absolutely. Say what you guys say. Like I have like disclosures and stuff. So honestly, if we get a notice on something, we just get a notice on it. It's not a big deal. Yeah, why is my probably gonna have to reboot later. Okay. Okay. Well, there might be some value here. I like this little consolidation. On your door? Why would anyone knock on your door? Very, very, very sharp flat top here. I'm taking the scalp off the 9. I got the scalp off the 9 there. Except I couldn't bang out properly because I'm like retarded and I need more monitors if we're gonna do this. I have a monitor now dedicated to the live stream and OBS crap. I'm giving up my edge for this. Let's see. Man, I gotta get proper data. Goddamn. Yeah, these little flickers are 5 points to 10 points. Oh, ooh, look at that. Oh, oh, wow. Yeah, it's going for it. Take a risky one. Oh, nope, it's not going. Let's see. Can we get the 9? It's not going to give us the 9. It's going to blast through one way or another. Oh. There we go. Shit. Nah, I got fucked. Okay. Oh, this is a rough one. Oh, I'm my screen is jumping from like to -4 points to like +13 in profit, like in the heartbeat. Here we go. Here comes the push. Okay. I mean, there's no other way to say it, right? Like, if you're not willing to like eat 20 to 40 points, I would say honestly 30 to 40 point stops today. Like, if you have a bigger play picture, if at all, or like you're playing a pattern, like you need to have 20 to 30 point stops. Yeah. If you're trying to scalp 5 points here, you're retarded. And well, I mean, I literally just did that, and I feel stupid because I just left so much on the table for so much risk. Like, that's just sloppy. Yeah, but I gave it back in 2 seconds too. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's looking a lot weaker like than I thought. Looks like PMI final composite is coming in 50 seconds. Yeah, let's take a look here. I'm gonna turn on the news here for a second. Let's take a look at some of the other things. How's Nat Gas doing? Okay, Nat Gas is starting to show me what I want to see. So it's near that 100. I'm gonna participate here in Nat Gas. Yeah, if I want to see some absorption here. Mm. Oh yeah, I can't do anything in the NQ like this. But nat gas, I like this here, man. But I know that the right thing to do is to wait for it to go to VWAP again. But do I want to do the right thing, or do I want to be a degenerate? Fuck. No, well. NQ, still doing that. Gold dumping. Wow, gold. A little bit, yeah, quite a bit. So I was wrong on that. Okay, I'm in gas. Okay, I'm in on gas right now. Well, I'm just riding one right now. Okay. I mean, I made a little something on that gas, to be honest with you. I feel like it's more of a sim trade than anything, because I don't know if those fills would have even been close to what I got, but a little 130 there on the nat gas, but it didn't reject it off that 9. No, long. I like this. Like, I want to get long on nat gas at VWAP, to be honest with you. I do like this chart. All right. just fading me? What the that is literally being an asshole. That's the definition of being an asshole. How do you I don't even know how you put alerts on NinjaTrader. I should probably learn that. That seems like a pretty basic trading thing to do. What's breaking down? Well, I mean, I wasn't holding it to the high. I took it off at the 9. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, there she go. There she blows. All right, alert. Equals. Okay, here we go. Equals what? But how do I do this? This is so confusing to me. I just want to put a price, for fuck's sakes. I'm participating long here. Fuck you. I think you're a coward. Look, it is cold outside, and there is another little bit for me. Oh, I don't want to sell all of that right off the bat. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, now I'm going to let my one run. Oh, my goodness. Look at that nat gas. Okay, $500 on the day on nat gas. Thank you. I told you that VWAP was tasty. I fucking said it. That's not how that works. That's yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is not financial advice. Please consult your. Who has a financial advisor? Let's be honest. It's ChatGPT and YouTube. hold on. Yeah, PMI, they came out better. 52.7 instead of 52.5, and the composite PMI 53 instead of 52.9. I just like look at the market though. Like it's yeah, it's not, yeah, it doesn't give a shit. Like this is still just I'm gonna take a long here just to prove it. Fuck it. Yeah, there you go. Come on, baby. There, done. Fucking another extra 5 points on that. Like it doesn't care. And I'm with you. Like until I see something like really definitive that has told me we're not gonna go back and retest the high of the range from the extended hours and yesterday, I like, see, look, yeah, look at that. Right? It just faked everyone out. It just washed a little bit lower than the wick. I can't look at your chart. I'm busy trying to make money. Oh, broadening. The problem with your broadening formations, right? Like, not a problem. The thing that I have like a mental problem figuring it out is, I think so much of it also has to do with where you choose to put not the lower trend line, but like the, well, like where do you, how do you, I have a hard time dictating the bottom far bar, like you know, for the bottom trend line that's going downwards. Like there's you, it's like you can kind of make a broadening formation anywhere. Well, I could say this is a broadening formation. It just depends on the time frame. I could choose the candle, the bottom of the candle at 9:38, and draw it to where it's going now, and be like, look, it's broadening. And I could take the candle at, yeah, but the problem is that a broadening formation? Because if I took the candle at 9:33, that's not a broadening formation. Okay. Okay, so it's kind of like when you have this new pattern being formed right at the, like, let's say the 9:37. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 Got it. Mm. Okay. Yeah. Sounds pretty gay. Definitely very gay. Yeah. The good kind. Wow. Gross. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Moving on. Alerts. Damn, I should have held that nat gas. Man, why am I always such a... Whenever it comes to nat gas, I always get so scared. I take money on it so fast. Oh, yeah, the big guy. This is so weird. Like, alerts on ninjas, like, there's got to be a better way to do this. I just, because I trade more than NQ, unlike you, right? So like, I sometimes wanted to tell me, like, yeah. That's pretty cool, actually. The problem, like, I would say yes, but that still doesn't solve the problem of screens. What was the brand? I think I know the one you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It starts with an M. I know. Yeah, yeah. Matrox. Matrox. That was a legit brand, dude. Well, dude, it it is it's when, especially when you're scalping, right? Like, it's a thing. Like, where you have to be digesting all this information all at once. Like, it is definitely a huge. And when people are like, "Oh, it's like it's just like it's a meme." It's like, no, not with futures. It isn't a meme. Like, with equities, sure. Like, I could just give me a 1 minute chart, DAS Pro Trader, and I'm good, right? But when you're watching all these different things moving and all these different markets are in play and the news and blah blah blah, yeah, like, good luck. Like, everybody has that's like a like Bear, all these, because they all have like 6, 8 screens. Like, they got outrageous amounts of screens. Okay, so testing a nice key level here. Low of day, little absorption. We missed that. That would have been super scary to do. I'm gonna participate here. Yeah, but I'm keeping it tight. I'm keeping this tight. Yeah. No. This is probably it. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably lower day. I'm catching some momentum here. Yeah, it's killing. Yeah, right? Like what, it means nothing. It means nothing. Okay, so now we're getting down to this third deviation. VWAP levels 200. This should, what is going on here? Like, where does this want to go test down to? Does it want to go test down to the 181s? Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Uh I I always get too antsy on these. I gotta learn to. I'll be honest with you. So I am always trying to practice these, and I just gave back like 250 right there on the day, like, just getting stopped out. And I'm always early on these. It's always like, I think that these type of like long cap trades on this type of environment is always, it's always hard for me. I always give back. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, ISM's services paid. Numbers are low, so more data coming out. Yeah, that was irresponsible of me. I didn't know that the data was there, and also, like you said, top of the hour. That was so stupid. Okay, here we go. Here's some momentum here. Okay. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. No. No. It's toast. Well, I got fucked. No. Mm-hmm. All right. This is a good spot here for at least some juice on this momentum scalp. I should have pulled it off right there. Mm-hmm. You're pulling live VIX data? Hmm. All right, let's see what this does here. That should have taken off way harder. I took my 10 points and called it. Oh, well, there it is. Well, I'm off. So we got Scott Bessent live right now coming on. So that's going to be interesting. Treasury Secretary Bessent appears before the House Committee on Financial Services beginning shortly. So this is going to be wild. Yeah. I'm in at the... Could try to test that VWAP again, too. Man, you gotta have wide stops today. Holy smokes. What you're doing is right. What I'm doing is dangerous. I'm swinging hard. I don't think I normally. I don't think I actually swing this hard normally. But like, what I feel like there's just a lot. These are the days that are those like crazy days that like what's his name talks about. There's just so I know that I'm probably gonna end red today if I'm being honest because I'm really not good at managing these days where you have 1 minute bars that are literally wicking around 30 points at a time. Um, oh, I already did that. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. There we okay. So they're trying to push through that 9. Let's see how this goes. Okay, managed to get back some of my juice there. Yeah, it's so funny. Like my charts will be so clean, they'll so clean, and then all of a sudden you'll see where like my chart just turns into like it looks like a squirrel was trying to like position for an entry, and it's always on long caps. It's just I think I have to like not that like I need rules or something like that. It's just it's not me being like, "Oh my god, like I didn't get it. I'll try to get it again." I am the perfect person to take extract money from in the market when it comes to long capitulations. I will fall for every single fake out. Yeah, right. So I gotta like, and it's so funny hindsight. Like you then see that candle, you're like, oh yeah, that's the cap, right? I also find that a lot of times I've seen where the first time the volume really picks up, so you'll see it at like 10:01, you'll see a huge volume like that, and I found so many times it'll make 1 or 2 bars lower than that afterwards before fully capping. So like also like if you're getting tricked into like this whole concept of like, hey, like if you see that wick coming and there's volume coming in, right? Like take it's a good cap. It's like, well, I mean, maybe in a super hyper bullish market environment, sure, but in this market environment, no, I don't believe so. Well, I mean, no, rightfully so. Like this is not easy to do. Like you're trying to decipher a lot. Like and watch, you're gonna see all of a sudden at like what time is it right now? 7:09. It's gonna like get like dead at like some random level. It's just gonna get dead while Besson's talking or something. Are you trying to short this? Who's a pig? Tammy's a pig. That's such a British name. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull out my secret strategy. I'm changing the color of my 9 EMA from goldenrod to gold so that it's extra bright. Well, are you trying to push long? Attaboy. Yeah, there's our first violation. That was a banger. To war. Yeah. Now, let's take a look at how this pattern's shaping up. I don't know why you're peeing. You're gonna adult diapers. Like, how dedicated are you to this, man? Like, it's just oh god. I mean, haven't you been reading Twitter? You know, you have to give up everything. Oh my goodness, I hate this. That was so fucking easy. God damn it, Andrew. Yeah, that's scary there. That'll do, pig. I actually got in there on that right at the VWAP ban, but I chickened out immediately when I didn't see it come back up. That's I think I took like 3 points. You're sweaty. It's sweaty, man. It's sweaty because, you know, like if you don't time it and it's not going the way you want it to go right away, like you don't want to see that 30-point wick down. It does. Let's see if this works. Timmy's about to fuck you. No, watch this. It's gonna reclaim it. They love doing this shit. They love this. Yeah, this is just awful. Yeah, I don't know why the fuck we were trying to, like, that point. That was stupid. Like, just keep trying to scalp. Yeah. Oh yeah, like there's no rhyme or reason here. I'm sitting in my hands. Yeah, but there's Miss Waters. Oh god, it's painful to listen to these retards. No, I don't even like them on my screen. I'm just waiting for Besson to talk. It's just like, I feel like, also, if you just mute them and you just realize how ugly they are as people, it affects me too. It affects my aesthetic aura. How bad have you let yourself go since all your stuff? 50 pounds, you said? Yeah? You're gross. Yeah, I'm surprised you had. Yeah, you're not locking it in, yeah. I am keeping that lock wide fucking open. Oh, brutal. It's funny how training just like does so many weird things to you, because like at my worst shape, I remember I was 235. Oh, look at it. I hate this fucking price action. I hate this. Is making me angry to look at. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, it's like, I hate it because well, you kind of do. You kind of do. Like, sure, you're seeing that, but you don't. You don't, right? Like, let's be frank. Like, yes, that pattern looked great to get long there and the momentum kicked in, but you know that you're going to, like, one of these things, you're going to click the market, it's going to fill you in a market order, and then it's going to flush 30 points opposite way as your fill is, like, awful. Oh, you gangster. Nice on you. I'm going to fade you. Fade you, bitch. No, my stop's too small. Oh my god, my stop was too small. Oh, fuck. I just fucked myself. So what I was saying was like in my worst shape ever, I was 235, but it wasn't about the weight. I had like done nothing. I hadn't worked out for like a couple years, and like just I worked a physical job at the time, so like it kind of like just somewhat moderated me. But man, with between drinking and junk food and all that stuff, I was just man, I was just such a slob. Like it's just so weird how the weight piles on. Whereas like now, I think I'm also still 230 or around like 225, but it's just yeah, like it's so weird because I'm 230 right now, but like I have no problem. Like I can like I have good flexibility, everything. And like I remember when I was 235 and I was just sitting around drinking, I had like a beer belly. So I remember I would have trouble sometimes like kind of putting on my shoes. Like it was like I could do it, but I was like I kind of had to like do one of those like suck it in and like after you're done tying it, you're like, oh, that was hard. And I was such that was such a crappy feeling. I'm guessing you have trouble tying your shoes. Wow. You don't even bother tying your shoes anymore. My goodness. Thank you. You have slip-ons. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. This market. What the hell? Holy smokes. Mm. You made boo-boo? Yeah, a little too much over trading today. Gotta take it down a notch. I meant for me. I've been over trading. I'm short here. Took my little scalp there. Okay, let's see what happens here. 40 seconds. Absorption. Nah, it's pressing. Yeah, there it goes. Blasted. My problem right now is I don't really have any levels. I think I want to see it go to 355 again. I have a consolidation level from before. Oh shit, it looks like I might actually go to there. Hmm. Mm. Man, my entries are god awful today. Let's see how gold's doing here. Wow, everything is rough. Yeah. I think the part that's hard about this is if you haven't seen a lot of structure before in these environments, like the patterns and structure, it can be quite difficult to get a read on this. Cause yeah. Because there is like, I know Bear can see through this and see what is happening and piece it together with the live news, but mm, yeah, well, because it makes sense. Wow, I'm amazed at some of these charts right now. Crude held up. All right, so crude actually held up, like I said. That's nice to see that I wasn't wrong on that. Wow, Bitcoin. Fuck, people are just getting murdered. Like, if you're still trying to buy into Bitcoin at this point, like, I feel like you just kind of, yeah, you got it coming. Hmm. Did it though? Right? Like, here's the thing, right? Most people it did not work for, even if they were on the right side of the trades. And that's why overwhelmingly people have lost money on Bitcoin. It's because everybody on Bitcoin, oh shit, silver's just dumping. everybody that was in Bitcoin was doing it. So, you know, I want to get rich. I want to escape the matrix. And every single person started out, you know, they got a little Bitcoin as a long, I'm going to hold this. And then they find out that, like, oh, like you can get 50, 100, 200 times leverage. So they would be directionally right. But, you know, you get guys like one candles, their accounts are blown, like their life savings blown in a candle, because that's how Bitcoin dumps sometimes, right? So, you know, it's like, I think overwhelmingly people, whether they were on the right side of the trade or the wrong side of the trade, long term lost big time. The amount of people that truly held from lows to now, it's negligible. It's absolutely negligible. It's like saying play the super the lottery because some guys actually won, you know. Mm. Mm-hmm. But then you know, you see the Epstein files, and it's like, it's so wild because it's like you have right there in the email, he's talking about his company has like procured and like and they now manage 3 of the 5 creators of Bitcoin, and this was like during the inception of it. You know what I mean? It's like, if you like, listen, I always had I traded a little Bitcoin stuff here and there, and it was fine. But in the back of my mind, I always thought it was a bit, you know, it was a bit out there to believe that something as popularized and mainstream was somehow correlated with, you know, saving us from the control. Like, nothing propagates to that level of popularity if it isn't already in control. Well, my theory is that it was always like from the very early days was in control. I think it was. Oh my God, Dilver! Wow. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, it's getting a little. Just the problem is, like, what do you do here? You're just in no man's land. Like, there's no identify. Yeah, I don't have a framework here. So for me, where this we are in the NQ right now, this might as well be no man's land, like in the middle of the desert. I have no concept of up or down. I have no true level as to why I would want to test anything. All I can say is my narrative still holding true from this morning and last night? Irregardless, and I would say irregardless of all the data and all the nonsense, it's still true. So I guess I just kind of have to be like, I guess I'm overall bearish again. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Silver's puking itself, and so is gold, like puking hard. Oh, ninjas, you've been you've been on that copper. Oh Lord, Lord, Lord. I got a little long scalp there on silver. That was scary though. Well, I mean, look at gold. Look at that. You got this like super big, like that's good, man. Like that's an okay goal. I mean, look, I get it, right? Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. You're talking about gold right now, right? Okay, let me see. That's not cap volume. Okay. No. You're probably right. But I mean, it's close. I'm just looking at prior days. Um. Mm, got it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No, you're right. This is hella risky. No, I'm with you. The- Holy shit. Well, I mean, look at that. That was only 4,500 shares that brought it up 100 points. So, yeah. Are they bringing back the civil rights thing? Taking it away? Sorry, not bringing it back, taking it away. Marcus sees that as bullish. No, segregation. We're bringing it back. That is not your water fountain. Oh, Canada's like the funniest thing about that because it's like, because everyone here is it's one of the most mentally retarded places in the world of like population, and I if you like if you probably went to like most communities here, irregardless of race, and they were like, yeah, like we should have segregation. I bet you overwhelmingly the vote would be like, yes, sure, because everyone already has their own communities anyhow. They do that on their own. Like go go like we have like different cities that are like literally like little country. Like Richmond is like it's literally like you might as well be in China. It's you're it's you as a white person now. I grew up in Richmond, and as a white person now, it's like you are the only white person in that city. And it's a big city, and oh yeah, oh it's crazy. It's insane. And then there's Surrey. It's like it's a whole like Indian Sikh Punjabi city that's turned into just a drug crime ridden disgusting. Yeah. Well, look, the Asians when they came into Richmond, like they're kind of like they're cleaner about their crime, but they brought a shit ton of crime too. All of a sudden, like tons of apartments were whorehouses. There's triads, there's shootings. So yeah, they have their fair share of crap too. Okay, how long has this stream been going for? We have been streaming for... We've been streaming longer than an hour. All right, we'll give it to the end of this. Well, I think what we're gonna do is yeah, I'm up on the day, bitch. I took risk. I gotta try and convince my wife to let me have an actual account, proper account. No, I didn't mean real risk. We don't have any real risk. Like that's not happening. Whatever real risk I had is gone at the earnings the other day. I was so right, wasn't I? Like so I spent like I spent like a long time building that narrative. That wasn't like, that was not something small for me. I spent the whole week, like that was weeks on end of like coming to that point. And I was I was so right, dude. It still kind of hurts. I'm not going to lie. You know? Like just it's painful. It's painful how that turned out for me. But I'd love to say lessons learned, but I don't know. I don't really think there was a lesson learned, to be honest with you. Like, you want to know what my lesson truly was? And I talked to Bear like about this a little bit, and he mentioned it. It's like the lesson learned was I'm undercapitalized. Like, that's like I'm on a micro and I can't even execute my idea. It means I'm undercapitalized. Like, so that was kind of the really bitter, hard part to swallow for me. That was like, I have this great idea. I'm willing to hold through all the pain, but I just don't have enough money to even do that. You know what I mean? Because at some point, like on big ideas like that, you need to be able to hold through 200, 300 points. Like if it's a big picture thing like this, you know what I mean? And just, yeah, like, so all of a sudden it's just like, all of a sudden I'm thinking to myself, I was like, maybe I do have to just like go the sim route, like the sim funded route, because I can't play like this. Like I can't participate. So, but to see it, like I was in that trade. Here, let me see real quick here. I was in that trade. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, that's rough, man. Oh well. It happens. I'll make it back. I promise, babe. I'll get it this time. At this rate, I'd have better luck just putting it on black at the casino. I actually, what's funny is I don't like casinos. I really don't. I don't like gambling. That's the weirdest thing to be like. I'll tell you my experience of it. It was actually kind of funny. I was oh my goodness, what is this mark? What did he say? Did he say that like they are keeping the Civil Rights Act now? No. Nope. You guys will all be sharing water fountains. Dump the market. Dump it. So I remember I was I must have been 19 or something like this, and I was going to college, and my buddy used to drive me, and my buddy was a super rich Asian guy, and his parents used to give him like, his allowance per month was like $5,000, and he had visas, and like when he went shopping, he would go and buy like, it's the type of guy who would like buy like he would actually buy the real Louis Vuitton belt when he needed a belt. Because I remember one time I was like, oh, I need to get a belt, and just go spend $1,000 on a belt. Right? Keep in mind, this is like almost 20 years ago. And I remember one time he's like, well, we're gonna go to the casino right after whatever, and I was like, okay, sure, like I'll swing by. And I had never been to a casino, so we go there. I take out $40, right? And the casino, the roulette table, I think at the time was like $10 a hand or something like this, or even, maybe it was even 20. I don't even remember, right? But it was a lot, right? And this comes at a time when I would work like manual labor jobs for, you know, $12 an hour or something like this. So for me to make like $40 was it's the equivalent of 4 hours of work, but you know, gas and time, and like I would work hard for that $40. So $40 meant a lot to me. I lost that $40. It was like $20 a hand. I lost it in like 3 hands of playing this stupid roulette. Like within 5 minutes, I had lost $40, and I was like, I just looked at him, and I was just like, this is fun for you? Like this is what yeah, this is what gets you going? Like I was so pissed. I was so angry because like I hated working. Like I hated my job. I hated like how hard I had to work for that type of money. And everyone in those type of jobs are always assholes, and they're mean, and they're angry, and they're drunks. And I never did it again. I never went back to a casino again. I was like, this is the dumbest shit. Like I would rather, and I was like, I would rather spend that money. I would rather drink that money. You know, as silly as it is to drink, at least I get something out of that. But I felt nothing but pure rage and anger, and I just could never understand why someone would feel a thrill to do that. Poker I can understand though, because it's like a game of wits, and like I don't consider that the same thing, because like if you're competing against someone else, you can manipulate them. There's like facial expression, like there's a whole game within a game within a game, right? Yeah, but if you're just saying like I have this like statistical, like the how I'm playing roulette, and it's like 49% I win, 51% they win because of the oddball zeros or something, like that's insane to me. That's fucking insane. As I've gotten older, I've remembered that, like, especially in times when things are hard, and all of a sudden, like, I come up, like, I sell something, and I get like $1,000 or something, and I swear to God, it's gotten to the point, like, economically here in Canada, and for a lot, that's like you're looking at that grand, you're like, I can do nothing with this money. Like maybe if I turn it into $2,000 on the roulette table, I might be able to do something with this. Dude, our groceries. So it's my wife, myself, and 3 kids, but our the baby still drinks milk from mom. So, but our grocery bill is probably close. Like if you're, I consider groceries just the food. I'm not talking about diapers or, you know, wet wipes or any of this other stuff. Like just food. It's very well close to about 1,500 a month, sometimes up to 2, because you know the kids need to eat fresh fruit. They need to like when my wife will go to the store, she'll come home like, and we don't shop at like organic fancy places. Don't get me wrong. Like most of our stuff is like Costco, right, and bulk, and then the cheaper brands. Like she'll come just back home with like a little thing of grapes, a couple bananas, some oranges. It's like $40, and you're like, what are you talking about, right? But what do you do? Like I don't like um I can't not give that to my kids. Like it's just not a thing, because they need their brains are developing, all these different things. I can I can go without things. To me, it doesn't matter, but they can't, because it's affecting more than just like their happiness on the day, right? But so yeah, I would say if you factor in wet wipes and diapers and anything else, right? And no, not anything else. That and food, it's easily about $2,000 a month that we spend just on that. Now, if you factor in clothes or shoes, or your tire blows out, or you need to get an oil change or whatnot, like I would say, just all the living expenses alone. Even if you're doing the cheapest plans and you're being conscientious, it's easily another grand here because everything is. I got an oil change for my car. I have a small car. It's a Mazda. It fucking cost me $150. And once again, right? Like, I just everything. So it's when I say, like, when you get $1,000 from selling something here, there's really this is why no one no one's saving any money here, because there's no point in saving $1,000. Like, that's not getting you anywhere. Like, so most people are just like, okay, like, it's actually, in a weird way, it's almost more inflationary proof to buy a consumer good than it is to keep the $1,000. Like, go buy an iPhone with it. Go buy some electronics. Go buy stuff. Go buy a little diesel generator. Whatever, right? Because you can resell that on Facebook, and people mainly buy stuff out of Facebook now here because everything else is just so expensive. So you'll still be able to, like, get some value out of it after, and you get to have the value of using the thing. That's why, like, consumer spending is really high, but, like, overall the debt is insane right now in Canada. I'm Oh yeah. For a while there, when I stopped, when the business blew up for me, between my shitty partner that I had and all that, like, I ended up having to, when I moved back here, I didn't have any clients here. So I had no money in time. So I ended up having to start living on Visa. And trust me, like, when you're talking about, like, easily about $4,000 for, like, a very modest, like, lower class style of life, when you have a family here, like, very low class, you know what I mean? um that adds up, like, 2 months, and you're plus interest on a Visa, that's 10 grand, and then good luck getting out of that 10 grand Visa debt, right? At 20%. So it is. Yeah. Yeah. The levels of consumer proposals here, which is essentially just a fancy way of saying people, like, getting law firms to just be like, I cannot pay debt anymore. Like, it's not possible, not with the cost of way things are. I think that at the, like, the worst, like, what we managed to climb out of things, thank God, because I sold a bunch of my stuff, and I sold stuff from my business and all this stuff. But I think at one point I had about, like, 16 grand on a card, or 16,500, and I think just that card alone each month was costing us about 400 or something like that a month. Like, it is not possible to get ahead, let alone pay that off. If you're, like, middle class income, it's just, you're toast. And that's the thing, right? There's always this stigma that, oh, well, you were just not responsible enough. It's like, well, what the hard part, I think, for business owners when it comes to this stuff, is that we often have to leverage debt all the time to make things work. Like, it's just a byproduct of business, right? And when something happens, like, for example, when my business blew up, well, what do I do? Right? It's not like I can just even if I hopped on and got a job right immediately. First of all, like, I'm not, like, a job that could actually sustain those type of bills, right? You're incurring. I'm not talking about getting a McDonald's job, because you won't be able to sustain the bills, right? Well, that takes time. You have to get applications out. You have to do interviews. No one hires right now. So let's say, even if you were, like, one of the lucky people to get a job, I mean, by the time you actually start getting employed and paid, that's a good 3 months, 6 months if you're lucky. Like, this is if you're super lucky and you found a job, right? What do you do during that time? Well, you need to have debt. Like, well, what else are you gonna do? So it was I did have an LLC, right? But I invested. So the long story short, I wanted to launch from. So I did a very, very, very high end service, right? And when I talk about like really, really high end suits, I'm not talking about like just a name brand. Like I had guys, one like my highest end suit was made by the same guy that like the Huntsman in your place. You know Huntsman, the Huntsman tailor shop there in England. Okay, well think of it like what is the most expensive brand of car there is? Like Rolls Royce? Okay, sure. Imagine that the designer and manufacturer of Aston Martin made your cars, your brand's car, right? So my highest end was done by one of the guys there. I got him kind of working for me as like a exclusive thing, and then I had other lines. I had some from Portugal, some I made here in Montreal with my own shops and stuff like this, but. So I had varying degrees, but all of them were like super like my lowest price suit was probably like $1,600 or $1,800 for like the lowest price. So I was just like, I don't see this. Like the cities here are dying. The businesses are dying. No one goes into the offices. First of all, the economy's dead. Like when people say no, it's not. It's doing well. It's like this is generally this is proletariat, like working class people who have a political affiliation. They're either liberal or whatnot. So generally in Canada, they're liberal, and they're like, no, like I know that it's good because I'm liberal and like my job's still fine and whatnot. It's like, but they're not witnessing the massive outflow of business from like the core. They're not seeing the finance firms, the law firms, the bankings, like all these things that are kind of like the core economic units. All those businesses left. All the cores, the downtown cores across Canada are just junk. They're dead. And I know because I would go into all these offices. I'm talking like billion-dollar companies offices, and there's like 3 people in it. All the American companies left, all the industries left, and it's only gotten worse because of bureaucracy, red tape, just lack of a consumer base even here, right? So I like those are the people that I needed to survive. That's how my business would thrive. Without them, I don't have a business, right? So I had to get into so I had to do 2 things. I had to adapt. Like this is all you can do as a business. You could say, well, like if I had done nothing and I had just kept selling, right? People would have been like, oh, you should have adapted. This was your fault that your business failed. But I was like, okay, I need to I'm going to die if I don't adapt. So I have to get into ready to wear. So I spent like 6 months designing an entire ready to wear collection. I was like, I had this entire world built, this like huge branding concept. Like I was spending like 7 days a week, 14 hours a day for like half a year making this line. Went to Portugal. I set up all the manufacturing. Once again, the best manufacturing plants in the world. The places that make Canada Goose. The places that make Patagonia and Arc'teryx. The places that make high-end, like for Sunspell polos. All these things. Like I was lined up with the best of the best. And the deal was I needed a very robust e-commerce website. And I needed like a branding and marketing person to just deal with that, right? So I went around, I shopped around, and I went to like some decent people, like people who I knew were good at this field. And I mean, the lowest price I was getting was about 50,000 US. And I was like, well, if I don't have that much money, keep in mind, like I sold suits. Yes, they're expensive, but like it wasn't like I was, you know, like getting like private equity investing into my business or anything like this. Like I worked very hard and and had a very middle class income, but I was trying to make it grow. So I said, okay, I sold the only thing I had in my life, like in terms of investment, was a little apartment, and it was worth 189,000 or something like this. So I sold it. I paid off anything I had to pay off, like my car and shit like this, just so I could have a clean slate to do this, because I knew I was going to need a clean slate. And then I put in like well over 100 grand into prototyping, designing, all these things. And the deal was I got this partner who had done work for me before. And I said, look, you love my business. You want to be a part of this. If you do this, like if you kind of fork out of your pocket, like time to do the commerce side and all the branding and all this stuff, I will fork out like you don't even have to put up money. You just have to put up your time and expertise, but you need to give me a finished product. I will fork up everything else. I paid for like an entire crew of like like 9 or 11 people. I fed them. I did everything. I had an entire video commercial. I had professional photography. Like, it was full on, dude. And then I go to port, but this woman, she was a woman. She always wanted to like be more of a part of the business than she was. She's like, "Oh, we're like equal." So I was like, "We're not. Like, what are you talking about? Just do your job. Like, we made a contract. Like, you're gonna get profit sharing. It's written in. Like." And she's like, "Oh, but we never, like, it wasn't done by a lawyer." I was like, "I've already told you, and you already went to the lawyer. It's gonna cost us 20 grand to get a lawyer to sorry, it was 15 grand to get a lawyer to restructure the business. We can't afford that and do this. Like, we don't have 15 grand to pay a lawyer to restructure an LLC because of this. Like, we have papers that we have both signed and written. We've already talked to a lawyer that is legally boundable. Like we have a deal, right?" So finally, like, and she wanted to always go on trip, like do things. And like, I was like, "Listen, I have to go to Portugal." And like, I think she thought that like I should take her along. And at one point I was like, "You need to make the website. Like, you're not of a value add to come to Portugal with me. Like, I need to go meet these, like, I'm not going on vacation. Like, I don't have money to vacation. I'm going to meet these guys and tell them what to do. Like, what, you want me to just tag you along? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?" Right? So anyhow, I went and I brought my family because I couldn't leave my family anywhere. And she's like, and I think she kept asking me like, "Oh, is your family there? Is your family there?" And I just stopped answering her. And I said, "Listen, like, when I get back, you need to have something to show me." I get back from my trip, and she literally like just threw something together in like 3 days. It had already been like, we had already been together for like, well, for the 6 months. And she just did like and she even said, she's like, "Yeah, I know this isn't up to your standard." And I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Right? So yeah, right. Yeah. And so then, so one day she comes to me and she's like, "Yeah, like, I just feel like, um I can't live up to your standard and I don't want to hold you back." I was like, "Yeah, sure, great, bye." And then she's like, "Yeah, so my bill for all the work I've done so far is like 15 grand or 20 grand." I was like, "Are you joking me?" She wanted to get paid for stuff. I was like, "I can't even use any of this. Like, none of this is usable. What are you talking about?" Right? Yeah. So she went to, actually, it's funny, she went to a lawyer who was it was actually a customer of mine, but originally a friend of hers. That's how we met. And they send me like this email and blah blah blah. We're gonna, and like really like very like, I talked to my buddy, like, so I have a lot of friends who are lawyers because I sell to a lot of friends who are lawyers, and I got them to read it and they're like, "Yeah, this is a really not appropriate, like it was very like aggressive to like try and intimidate me and all this stuff." So I didn't even like, I just wrote my own. I had done enough like law speak and been around enough lawyers. I just wrote a response back to them. And I found out that she had been spying. So she had access to my email address, right? Because I had given her access to deal with the websites and all these different things. And I just didn't want to deal with authorizing her all the time. I found out later through like Microsoft, I had to like do an entire audit with the like Microsoft security team, that she had access and was opening and like reading my emails, like my private correspondence between manufacturers and all these different things. Because she was like, "Oh, you need to pay me, you need to pay me." It's like, "Look, I don't have like money to pay you." But she's like, "Oh, but you have money to pay this person." It's like, "Yeah, because that's for the business. I'm not paying you for shit that, like, I'm not paying for any of this. Like, this is ridiculous. You're supposed to just do this." Like, where, like, I finally in the email to the lawyer, I was like, "Look, if she produces me the website that she was supposed to produce me, she can get her pay. Until that happens, like, see you later." Right? And I said that that if they continue to pursue this, I was going to charge her because it's illegal here to do what she did with my email. And now I had proof, right? It's against the law. Like, that's an actual crime here. Um so but so then what happened though? Like, this is where kind of shit hit the fan. Not shit hit the fan, but like just kind of like where things just got dead in the water, is that at this point now, what do I do? I've spent all my money on this project, but I have no way to kind of push it through the gate, right? So with the last little bit of money that I had, I tried to make it work, which was stupid in hindsight. I should have just bailed. And man, I think I managed to scrounge together like, I think 15 or 20 grand for this web designer. And he was really great, and I felt really bad because then when I finally like I was like $5,000 away from having the website complete, and I just went bankrupt. And I told the guy, I was like, I'm so sorry, like I'm toast, like I'm dead in the water. He wasn't like he never really said anything. Because he did get paid a lot, and he got paid for majority of the work, right? And I don't think he was even done the work at that point, so it wasn't a loss for him, but it was a loss in the sense of like, he didn't get to complete the business deal, right? Um, but he got well over like 4/5 of everything. So he was in profit. I now still didn't have a website, and I now didn't have enough money to really to even like do inventory the proper way and do all this stuff. So I just gave up, and I think with the remaining money, my wife and I just got whatever stuff we needed for kids and the house, and I got this computer so that I could like try to do something at home and work. And I think that's about actually when I started trading, to be honest with you. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I not. Yeah, sorry. I'm like, maybe I'm saying it like in a depressing tone, which I probably am for effect, but you know. Yeah, and that's why I don't. I look. I've thought a lot about it, right? And I've always been pretty hard on myself generally in life. And I actually thought a lot about that, and I was like, I don't actually think I was a failure here. Like I still I'll show you my products one day. Like I still have my prototypes here in my closet and the stuff I made. Like it's really really good stuff. Like it's really freaking nice. And whenever I kind of feel like, hey, like maybe this wasn't like great. No, it's like, no, it was. It's just, it is what it is. Now, I definitely made mistakes. Like I had a terrible, like when it came to this person, I always knew I had to be cautious. I didn't realize I had to be. I misread it at some point, but I think it's because I just wanted to make it work. I was willing to make this person, like I was constantly placating to this person to try to just get it through the finish gate, which was a mistake. I learned in hindsight now, like, no, you have, my instincts were right. I should have trusted my instincts the moment things started to go askew. But it is tough sometimes because, yeah, this is the thing they don't tell you, right? Like this, I think part of it's also why I just completely revamped my life, and I said I need to do something different. So because I've been running businesses since the time I was 16 or 17. Like my first business was a game server business, and it actually did pretty well. Then after that was construction business. So like I've been doing this whole grind, like, you're gonna make it, just keep trying. And then the problem that they don't tell you is that sometimes you wake up and you're 37 and you didn't make it in that field. You made it in other ways for sure, but not that vision of success, or that it doesn't happen for everybody. And also I think I made a lot of mistakes as to what businesses I was in for my personality and my abilities. Like my abilities, I forced myself to do sales. I forced myself to do construction jobs, but I'm not built that way. I'm not like mentally built that way. That's not where my strengths lie. They never have lied. I often would settle myself into jobs that I'm not going to say they're beneath me, because I don't believe that those jobs are beneath anything. Like I did them. I respect people who do them, but it wasn't to the strength of how my brain works. Like, kind of like, look, if I put you doing sales, that's not where your brain is strong, right? Your brain is strong in what you do now with your AI, your coding, your marketing, all these different things, right? So it was the same thing for me. I was always just a fish out of water in these things. So I think that if I were to have really gone back in time, one, I would have finished my degree right off the bat, and I probably would have just focused more on things that I knew I enjoyed doing, and I always liked creating, right? So like maybe back in the day, not now, but back in the day, it would have been smart for me to get into programming. I mean, my best friend in high school, one of my best friends in high school, like, but we were really really tight. His name was Chris Best, and he used to try to get me to, like, we used to have sleepovers, and we would like install Linux on our computers. Like we were nerds, right? And well, mainly he did a lot of that heavy lifting. But I remember he would try to get me to do Python, and like I think, and he wanted me to go off to school with him out east and like build a life for myself. But I didn't I didn't know those things were important. I didn't really have a dad around to like guide me at all, so I was just figuring things out on my own, and I did a very bad job at that. And actually, that guy ended up being. Do you know this? Do you know the website Patreon? Obviously, you do, right? Yeah, he's the inventor of Patreon. He's the owner inventor. So that's so what? Yeah, probably. Well, he wasn't that woke when we were kids. Like, I think it's just a business decision for him because he has like private equity that. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, yeah, but that was like that was my childhood friend, and like we had obviously we were friends because we had similar mindsets about things like this, right? And well, I think more than even just that, if I had just kind of he had a really good guidance. His father was a teacher, his mom was a teacher. They and like he just he saw he understood these are things that someone needs to explain to you as a young man. I was so busy trying to figure out what it meant to be a man, what was important, all these different things that I didn't harness my ability. Like there's a reason why people like you and I are friends, why Chris and I were friends. Like we tend to think a certain way. I don't want to like demean it into like the sense of like, oh, like we're high IQ and other people aren't. It's like that could be nothing to do with it. But we do think in a certain way, and we need to harness our ways of thinking into certain venues, so like channel it, right? And I didn't know where to channel it. He knew where to channel it, and he had support and guidance on how to do it. I mean, I had no idea how the world worked because no one had. I pretty much raised myself. There was no one that showed me anything. So the entire world and how it functioned was a mystery. I didn't really start to understand how most basic things work. I mean, I could figure it out intuitively, but intuition and action don't always uh, work on the same timelines, right? Yeah, that is true too. Well, I'm trying to make sure that that doesn't happen with my kids. Okay, we're gonna end this stream here for now. I got It looks like this market is dead. Epstein Islands trade lives on. Okay. Um, I'm gonna be back for the close. What, the close? What do you mean the market close? Uh, yeah. So it's 8 a.m. right now. Market close is well. I'm gonna be on my computer. I gotta. My wife needs to take a shower, so I gotta watch the kids for a few minutes here. And then I'm actually probably gonna watch I'm gonna watch Bears live videos. The ones you sent me. What do you mean? What do I mean? Oh, no, we're not streaming. Yeah, no, no. I turned that off. Don't worry. I clip it. I clip it and I make that my first YouTube short. Yeah. No. I'm literally gonna be back on the computer in like 10 minutes here. So I'll see you in a second. Mom, how can I help you? Asking for what?
Esme, that is not headphones. Esme. No. Yeah, go. We're not playing with Sprinter. Where's your other sock? Go. Yeah, go show Dad your pretty heart socks. Did you show Dad your heart socks? He didn't see them.
Haru. Haru.